I missed anything. No, I get it.
This is Penn Woods. I'm interviewing for the Oklahoma Living Legends Library, where the date is November the 15th, 1969. We're interviewing at the Cowboy Hall of Fame. We're interviewing Mr. George Russell from Glendale, California. Mr. Russell, who incidentally is a nephew of the artist Charlie Russell, one of the four first people named to the Cowboy Hall of Fame. Mr. Russell himself is a cowboy of long standing and a cowboy movie actor of long standing with more than 40 movies to his credit. Mr. Russell, I wonder if, in opening up, if you could give us a little bit about your parentage and your early life.
Well, in my early life, I was born in Oklahoma, near Bartlesville on the Cherokee Strip. And when I was very young, I was 2 or 3 years old, my family, father and mother and older sister and a year younger brother, moved to Montana. And we homesteaded in the Judith Basin in Montana. And from there we moved to Fort Benton, Montana, and then over to Helena. And my dad was a dryland farmer, tenant farmer, and worked around carpenter work, anything he could do for a living. And when I was 12 years old, my mother and father separated, and I had to go to work on ranches to help support my mother and the younger children. And I don't know, I just went from one job to the other. Mostly everything that I tried to do or thought I was good at, I always found somebody that was not only better but twice as good as I was. I don't know, I just drifted from one thing to another, from helping on farms and doing a little bit of this carpenter work and chores around the place. And when I got to be about 18, I tried to be a rodeo rider. And at rodeos that I went to, if they happened to be some good cowboys there, I didn't make any money. A lot of the small shows where I got a few points that was a little better than some of the other guys, why, that's where I made a little bit of money. In the old days, when I first started to riding in rodeos, we'd go and have to put up an entry fee. Well, if you didn't win, you didn't get anything. And a lot of the cowboys that were good cowboys didn't have the money to go to all these places where they had rodeos and big shows and things like that, that would have made big names for themselves if they had the opportunity to attend. And then came along, the cowboys got together and said they should have mount fee at least. So they gave us, I think, $5 for every horse you rode out of the chute, whether you won or anything else. But you still had to put up a $25 entry fee to get into it, to start with, to keep all the people out that didn't, wasn't any good at all. And I came along practically in that category. Anyway, I did try for about 5 or 6 years, and off and on for 12 years, and then came down to California and went to work as a cowboy extra and stuntman.
Now, could you tell us about some of them you won? I understood you won the bronc riding saddle in Madison Square Garden.
Second place. I took a second place on a bareback bronc riding in Madison Square Garden, and that was in '29. And shortly after that in Calgary, Canada, I got hurt in a rodeo up there in Calgary, Canada, and that was about the last of my trying to be a cowboy, a bronc rider in rodeos.
Could you tell us any other areas where you were a winner besides the Madison Square Garden?
All little shows like Fort Benton, Montana used to put on a little show up there, and one in Missoula and Cheyenne. I won a second or third place up there, and well, offhand, it's just hard to remember.
We'll swing back to your Cherokee Strip background just a little bit, and then we'll go to Hollywood. I wonder how long did you live in the Cherokee Strip country in Oklahoma?
I was about 3 years old, I think, when my folks moved.